All right, welcome to a Swift Word Down Under. I am Invictus, aka Ricky. I'm sitting down with Riley McGree. Riley, you superstar. Thank you so much for answering my phone call once. Hey?
Thanks for having me. Good to meet you.
Nah, lovely to meet you, mate. Well, this is a bit of a dream come true for me, mate. I only started about a year ago after being medically retired in the military. I started a little YouTube channel, just doing my reactions, and it's sort of, yeah, been gangbusters. And over Christmas, Middlesbrough reached out and asked me to come and sit down with you. And I've always told you I loved you at the end of my videos and sent you out my phone number. So it's a bit of a dream come true for me. But lovely to meet you, obviously. And I wanted to, yeah, obviously tell you that I was born in Elizabeth. So
Small
10
world.
years separate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
What hospital was that? Lyle McEwen.
it's Lyle McEwen. Yeah, Lyle
Absolutely, me
McEwen.
too. Me too.
Yeah. So same hospital, 10 years difference. My nan and pop actually, yeah, they lived in Gawler all their lives and passed away in Gawler. And yeah, I left when I joined the military, but yeah, Adelaide born and bred, and obviously the Crows in the background, so
I'm a
close
West,
to our heart.
I'm a West Coast Eagles fan, so
What's
yeah.
going on, Riley? You were born in Adelaide. You can't do
I know,
that.
it's just through family. I've kind of been forced on me, but yeah, yeah.
Do you have family still in Adelaide, or?
Yeah, yeah, most of my family are all there. I've got a few scattered in WA as well, but
Okay.
yeah, the core close ones are definitely in Adelaide.
Yeah. And do you get back to Australia much?
Last time I went was probably in the off season, last off season. But other than that, potentially when we have international stuff, but I try and get back as much as I can, but it's not too often these days.
Do you go to WA or do you go to Adelaide then?
Bit of both, bit of both. I'll spend most of my time in Adelaide, but if I get the opportunity to go to WA, I'll pop over there as well. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, coming off an amazing World Cup as well, what an experience that was been. I mean, one of my favorite, like I think one of my most popular TikTok is of you passing it up to Lecky after Suits has passed it out of the back line to you.
yeah,
What experience was that? What was that like?
unbelievable. Honestly, a bit of a dream come true. You know, I wanted to play the World Cup. I wanted to play for my national team first and foremost, and then being able to go to a World Cup and play there and be involved and be a part of it all was really special. And to see the reaction from the country, the fans, it definitely did unite a country, and hopefully it's paved the way going forward for football.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's still a sport that sort of struggles in Australia, isn't it? Obviously, AFL, NRL dominant. The A-League is obviously trying its best, but it sort of doesn't get the crowds that the bigger sports do. But I think if anything, that the Socceroos are doing amazingly. The more they do in the World Cup and success we have, the more it paves the way for younger generations to come through. And I think obviously growing up, in my area with Shorts over Dukas, the Harry Kewells, Tim Cahills and stuff like that. And being part of that next generation must be pretty special. And under Graham Arnold now, who's signed a new deal as well. So
Yeah,
pretty excited moving forward.
absolutely. Yeah, and if we can just if that World Cup experience could just get one player to sign up and play football, or one young kid to sign up and play football, I think that's job done. But yeah, definitely new generation. Obviously, the likes of Harry Suits are now in the Premier League, and hopefully we can continue to produce good talent and be playing at the highest possible level, because that's what as players we all aim for. So
Yeah, exactly. Now, as an Aussie, like I know that I was obviously over in Middlesbrough for a bit, and it was always sort of awesome to come across other Aussies and stuff like that. Do you stay in touch with the Aussie players that are based in England and around the place at all, or is it
yeah,
like
yeah.
is there a special connection there?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. So obviously, I've got a few boys that play in the championship, Aussies that play in the championship. So whenever the game's coming up or after games when you've played them, you kind of keep in touch, bit of dialogue, and you'll swap a shirt or whatnot. But during the week it's carnage, so there's not always a lot of time to get away or travel a few hours to catch up. So we do the best we can. But when and if we go into national team camps, it's always back to being close friends and catching up. Definitely.
Do you think the A-League's got some talent in there as well? Obviously, the A-League's one of the biggest feeders into the Socceroos, and obviously the international stars obviously take the headlines. But I think there's some good stars in the A-League as well, and hopefully the A-League can start keep producing these gems. And obviously your chance for yourself, where you started in Adelaide United and Newcastle Jets and stuff like that. More chances for Aussies abroad. Or
I think the hardest thing for a young Aussie is getting out of the A-League and getting an opportunity overseas. But I can only speak on myself, and upon getting out of the A-League and coming over here, I realised that I can do this, and I can make something of my career over here. And I'm even more hungry every day, wanting to get to the highest level. Here at Middlesbrough, we want to get promoted. We want to continue to
Yeah, of
fight and
course.
continue to push, and that's
Yeah.
the end goal. But I definitely think there's a lot of talent there. There's a lot that can be unearthed in the A-League, and I think it's a great pathway to go to Europe and go to leagues that are, considered higher,
Yeah.
better leagues. But I think
Yeah.
in time, the A-League can grow in itself, and you can see the big names that are there at the moment.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
I think just continue to work out what they've got and continue to build the culture, grow football, and you never know what's possible in the A-League and in Australia.
And under Michael Carrick, what an amazing opportunity. Michael Carrick being an amazing midfielder, obviously for Manchester United, coming in and taking the reins. What have you taken yourself? Under is he taking you under the wing? Is he teaching you stuff you didn't even think, or is it what's it been like under Michael?
I think it's just day-to-day calmness and fluidity is really he is a calming presence, but what you expect, and who he is and what he's done, so you take kind of everything on board, and you have to show that respect as well. But so far coming in, it's been really good personally on a personal level, and obviously as a team and as results, you can see how we've been going, and hopefully we can continue to be kind of ruthless and continue to get results and pushing to be as high as we can on the table come into the season.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most amazing turnarounds that I can remember in Middlesbrough history. I mean, I've been with the ups and downs of this club, obviously for many many years, and to see a turnaround such as obviously losing a manager, being almost in the relegation zone and flirting with the relegation zone, to being third in the table. Is it down to that calmness, or is it the culture of the club that's changed? Is it the boys have sort of got this togetherness again, or?
I think it's a bit of everything. Yeah, I think you'll hear the gaffer harp on a lot about the culture we have here in the team, and we really are friends on the field and off the field, which I definitely think shows on the field. Shows that camaraderie, shows that togetherness, and you can see when we celebrate goals or if someone scores, everyone's up and about, whether that be players on the pitch, on the bench. I think there's a real understanding and a real calmness and fluidity with everything. So it's awesome, yeah.
Yeah. Well, mate, I've been watching you this season score some absolute worldlies, right? Which has got me off my chair, and like just the Aussie representation. But I mean, little as people know, maybe that haven't seen that A-League Scorpion goal. Do you think that's where it started? That A-League wonder goal for the Newcastle Jets?
I think that's definitely the pinnacle. That's probably my best. I've been trying to match that ever since. But it's been good to get a few decent goals this season. I'd love to have more. I probably should have more. But I'm working every day to try and contribute the best I can.
Well, we've brought in Dan Balasa as well. Obviously, Archer coming in as well. How have those boys settled in? Are they fitting in well, and obviously fitting into that culture?
Yeah, definitely, really well. Good people, good players. You're going to slide straight into this environment, and it's really good to have them, and to bolster the squad, to really push and fight for promotion, and that is the end goal, and we want that, and definitely bringing in these kinds of players will only help us and benefit us.
Well, mate, we can only pray that I get to put on a McGree Premier League Middlesbrough shirt one day. So we'll hopefully see
Yeah.
what the season holds. So what's it like in your spare time, if you do get any? What's it like in your spare time? Are you a gamer? Or you got any hobbies, golf or anything like that?
It used to be a bit of a gamer. I'm here with my girlfriend and my dog, so we spend a bit of time together. I got a little sausage dog, so we'll walk the dog, take her out for a coffee. But I do like my golf as well. I haven't been out as much as I've wanted to lately, but probably just golf and just hanging out and just enjoying the company of girlfriend and dog, to be honest.
That's great. That's great. Have you found yourself a sense of sort of, I guess, comfortability that you've sort of settled into a club? Obviously, you've been around, obviously, from Adelaide to Newcastle, Birmingham, Charlotte, even in the US. Have you found a sort of comfortability that you can now settle down in Middlesbrough and sort of make a bit of a home/life of it?
Definitely. I've settled in really easily here from the start. I've said it right from the start that the transition has been great. Everyone's very welcoming and embracing, and just day to day on the street when you go food shopping. You know, you might see a fan out, and they're really just respectful, and you know, just come up and have a chat. And so yeah, I really love it here, and I'd love to be able to stay here as long as I can and get promoted and take them back to where they deserve to be, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it's a club that's definitely a Premier League club. Do you get recognised in Australia much?
Back home a little bit in SA in Australia, but in Adelaide, sorry. But as you said, anywhere else it's just kind of, you know, overshadowed by AFL and NRL and cricket even. So, but it is what it is, you know. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, as a player coming up against the likes of Messi in the World Cup as well, obviously that Argentina game, going down to the eventual champions, but what an experience it must have been coming up against the likes of Messi. And I've got a photo, I think it's my wallpaper of you standing off Messi as he was sort of trying to dribble in from the right wing there. It's funny. Must have been a pretty incredible experience.
Yeah, unreal, unreal. In the World Cup, we only got beaten by the two teams that made the final, so. Take what you want. Take what you want from that. But nah, we were super proud of ourselves, and to be able to play against arguably the best player ever. Still kind of sinking in, and it's a pinch me moment. So yeah.
So does that sort of settle the Messi and Ronaldo debate for you now that you played against?
I think so. I think it was always settled for me. I was always a Messi fan, but that on top of a World Cup, on top of all his achievements, definitely puts him head and shoulders above.
So obviously you were saying you're a West Coast fan. Is there any other sort of sports that you sort of follow, or is it sort of
not NBA? I don't mind a bit of NBA, but I don't really follow a team in general. I just kind of like the you know, the showbiz of it all, and seeing how they go about their business. And but yeah, West Coast for me, I'll be following them. I think it's pre-season now at the moment, so coming into the full swing of things.
And obviously you had a close relationship and Postecoglou obviously over at Celtic as well. Do you keep much tabs on Angel or over at Celtic? I know they were close to signing you and you chose the right club. Thank you for that, by the way, in the end. Yeah. But did you keep in touch with Ange at all?
Not really in touch, no. I love football and I watch football, so I might see a Celtic highlights here and there. But in saying that, I'll also see Rangers highlights, and I'll also see highlights from Spain or Italy or whatever. So I'm just a football lover, and most of all, I love Middlesbrough. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's right. Yeah, good answer. I like that. See. And what are we thinking about this weekend? Are you excited for the clash? Obviously, coming up against Blackpool. I was saying to some of the guys just earlier, the only game I've ever seen live when I was there was against Blackpool, and we lost. And it was during that Charlie Adam phase. I'm not sure if you remember, like the prior Charlie Adam before he was going to Liverpool. He was just going up for Blackpool, and that's the game I saw when we lost. I think we lost 3-1 or it was 3-0, and I was just like, that's the only game I've ever seen live. So it's on the bucket list to get there again and rewrite history. But excited for this weekend. Obviously, the form that we're in, a couple of new faces as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a good test for us. You know, they've got a new manager come in, and you never know what to expect when a new manager comes in. So we'll definitely have to be at our best and go out and continue to hopefully reciprocate the form we have on the pitch in the previous few weeks, and win or lose, we'll give it our all, and we'll see what happens on the weekend.
And we all obviously again welcoming some new faces. Cam Archer seems to be pretty exciting up front. Must be pretty cool having someone young and talented, and full of speed in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's come from the Premier League team and he's on loan here, and he's been great to come in and have a bit of well, he's got quality, doesn't he? Got quality, got speed, got pace, can finish. So me personally, that's, you know, been able to play with players like that and hopefully been able to set him up for goals or him set me up for goals is only a positive thing, and one that I can learn a lot from and hopefully improve on as well.
Yeah, no, that's very exciting. Are you excited obviously to get Aaron Ramsey in as well? Obviously someone that's in a similar sort of role.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, bringing in, you know, these players, good people, is only going to bolster our squad and bolster the opportunity for us to finish as high as we can and to, you know, get promotion, and having competition is healthy, and that's what we want as players, whoever it may be, coming in, going out. So it can only be beneficial to us as a group, definitely.
Okay. And yeah, we lost the Ginger Messi. Obviously, moved to Millwall for the Ginger Messi, old Duncan Watmore. Obviously, left a pretty good message to Middlesbrough fans and stuff like that. What a free transfer he turned out to be, and obviously moving on to Millwall. Obviously, uh, sending him all the love.
Absolutely, yeah. He's one of those people in football that you never forget. You know, he's such a nice guy off the pitch. He's such a genuine, humble person, and the way he goes about his game on the pitch as well. He gives 100% every week, and I wish him all the best. And definitely is sad to see him go. He was part of the card playing group, so we're one less now.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I used to take his money. Take his money.
Spot at that table now.
Yeah, yeah. One of the new boys might have to step in.
Well, I'm free for Zoom calls or card games, whatever you want,
Virtual
mate.
cards, mate. Virtual cards.
Just zoom me in. Oh, mate, it's been lovely chatting to you. I haven't got much on the other list. Obviously, it was just a sort of an amazing sort of opportunity that Middlesbrough asked me to come and have a chat. And I appreciate, the love and support, obviously, from Middlesbrough to ask me to come in and have a chat with you. And it's amazing watching you week in, week out, especially as an Australian, and that connection to football makes, I guess that for me, it's that connection to Middlesbrough makes it even stronger when there's obviously an Aussie in the shirt. Obviously, we've got a rich Aussie history there. Mark Viduka, Schwarzer, Reece Williams, even some of these not, ones that people probably don't even remember. But to have, obviously you firing up front as well and watching some of those world leagues like the Norwich one go in is just, it's an amazing sort of thing for me. And obviously the connection with Adelaide and stuff like that, it's just a huge honor to be able to sit down with you and have a chat. And
appreciate you having me, mate. Appreciate you having me. It's been good. It's obviously nice to meet you, and I'm a proud.
Well, we'll have to have another call privately about getting you away from West Coast and onto the Crows as well, mate, because you're born in Adelaide, all right?
I won't answer you, mate. I won't answer.
Good luck this weekend, mate, and for the rest of the season. I wish you all the best. And obviously, I'll be watching closely. Got the McGree shirt up at the back here, so I'll be cheering for as loud as I can from all the way down in bloody Canberra now, where it's 33 degrees here today, mate. So
take that. I'd take that. I tell you what. Well, thanks for having me, mate. I really appreciate your time, and keep up the good work. I'll keep watching on the videos, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
See you, Rick.